Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to speak to you guys about something that I have personally experienced quite a lot since sharing my ADHD and my autistic diagnosis online. I feel like a lot of the community don't really know how this can affect a person, and I feel like it's important to speak about it because I may not be the only one who struggles with this thing. So yeah, let's get on to today's video. But first, if you could smash me a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will forever be grateful. So yeah, let's get on to the video. So for today's video, I want to speak to you guys about toxic positivity, and I think this is a real powerful topic to speak about because everyone has their own view on it, and I wanted to share mine because this week I have been targeted with a lot of toxic positivity and a lot of I should, you should feel like that, you should do this. Like, I've been targeted with a lot of those comments, and I want to speak about it today because I feel like I want to just share that other people's experiences are valid too, and I feel like that is a really important message to get across. So unfortunately, toxic positivity has been a real common theme in my comments, in my emails, in my DMs online since sharing my diagnosis of ADHD and autism online. Like, this has been a really common theme, and it's been one that has been really distressing and really overwhelming for me to tackle. For those of you who do not know what toxic positivity is, I suggest googling it because I'm going to share what I believe what it is, like my description of what it is, but there are so many different examples of what it is, so I definitely say Google it, but I'm going to give you my understanding of it briefly so that it can just give this video a little bit more context. For me, toxic positivity is when someone has the belief that despite how challenging, how difficult, how life debilitating your situation is, some people believe that you have to remain positive, that you should remain positive despite how hard your life is. So for me, it's almost like someone saying, oh, you're blind, it's okay, don't worry about it, you at least you still got your hearing. So for me, toxic positivity is toxic and it can be really harmful, and I want to just share my experience so that it can either stop you maybe spreading toxic positivity, but if not, I just want to validate other people's experience of toxic positivity and let them know they're not alone. Yeah, so let's just get on. So toxic positivity can leave you feeling invalidated, make you feel like your emotions and your feelings are dismissed and that they're not valid and you shouldn't speak about them, and you're being over dramatic and you're overreacting, making the situation way more troublesome than it needs to be because you're the problem. You need to think positive. It can leave you feeling really guilty and ashamed of your own emotions, and then you bottle it all up because you're ashamed to admit that you're struggling because you should be remaining positive despite how hard life is. Someone's got it worse. That is how it makes us feel who really struggle with toxic positivity. And I don't want you to think that I'm saying never be positive, always think negatively. I'm not saying that. There is a real big difference between being positive and pushing toxic positivity onto others. Like, there is a huge difference, and that's what I want to get across right now because it's so important that you know the difference between these two things because they are majorly different, and also one is super harmful and the other one, like being positive, could be really beneficial to people, but pushing toxic positivity onto others can be really harmful. I want to share my experience that I had this week. So this week I put up a post on Instagram. I'll put it right here so that you can see what it is. So here, this is the post that I posted on Instagram, and it caused a lot of controversy. It caused a lot of mean comments and a lot of toxic positivity within my DMs, within my comments. Like, I had to turn the comments off because they become so intense and overwhelming. Everyone is entitled to share their opinion. That's fine. But when you're telling me I should and I shouldn't do that, this is where I draw the line. There are some boundaries, and I believe that people have crossed it when they're telling me how I should and how I shouldn't feel about my ADHD and my autism. There is a line, and some people have just majorly crossed it. Like, they've crossed it and gone well over. So yeah, I have had a really hard week online this week on social media, And like I say, I decided to turn the comments off on this said post because it was really harmful to me. And not just me, I saw a lot of people in my DMs and in the comment section saying how triggering it is to read some of these comments that people were putting up about do exercise, it makes you feel better, exercise helped with my ADHD, blah blah blah, like it, yeah. So the main thing I want to get across in this video is I can share my experience and my feelings however I want to. I can share the positives and I can share the negatives. In my experience, there are no positives of having ADHD or being autistic. There just isn't any. And I am entitled to share that. So are you. You can share how you feel. And do you know what? I will not invalidate your experience by telling you being positive is just wrong. I will never do that because I'm here to celebrate however you feel. And if I can help you, then I will. I will celebrate all your wins. I will celebrate that you think ADHD is a positive. I will celebrate that you feel ADHD gives you a superpower. I am here to celebrate that. But I am not here to have my feelings invalidated because I don't feel like that. And my experiences are different to yours. So you really need to be careful. If you are one of these people that don't intentionally mean to push toxic positivity onto others, I really, 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 really urge you to stop doing it. Remember, read what you're commenting, read what you're writing, because once you click send, most of the time you can't unsend that and it will go to the person who it's intended to be to, and they will read it and it could leave them feeling really, really upset, hurt, and ashamed that they don't feel the same way you do and almost feel invalidated. And it's not nice. It's really not nice to leave someone feeling like that when all they're doing is sharing their experience, whether it's positive or it's negative. You don't have the right to tell someone how they should or shouldn't feel about their disability, their ADHD, their autism, their dyspraxia, their dyslexia, their Tourette's. You do not have the right to tell someone how they should feel. I don't go around telling people they shouldn't think their ADHD is a positive. I don't tell people they shouldn't be telling their child that ADHD is a superpower. I don't do that because I have not got the right to do that. I have the right to share my experience. I do not have the right to share my opinion on someone's experience, on someone's way of coping. I don't have the right. I do not have the right. I do not have the right to tell someone how they should be feeling, how they should think about their ADHD. You know, you don't have the right, nor do I, nor do you. You have the right to dictate how you feel. You don't have the right to dictate how I feel or anybody else. So I personally pride myself upon being really authentic, real, and I share experiences that I think will help other people in the future, right? I talk about the negatives of ADHD because it has really impacted my life in a really negative way. There is no positive that I have found to have come from my ADHD nor my autism. Both of them have really severely impacted my life in negative ways. I struggle to maintain friendships. I struggle to make friends. I struggle in a relationship. I struggle with everyday things. I struggle with hygiene, keeping up with my hygiene. I struggle with sensory overload. I can't go to concerts. I love music. I can't go to concerts. These sort of things have negatively impacted my life and I wish that they didn't. There is no positives that come from ADHD or autism for me. The only positive thing that has come from having ADHD and autism is literally the diagnosis. The diagnosis, the label, is the only positive thing that I have found that has come from any of them. Knowing that I'm autistic, knowing that I have ADHD has been the only positive thing that has come from this, because I can positively move on with my life in ways that, I know why I struggle in these areas, and I know what works and I know that what won't work. I know that I'm not alone in this struggle because I know a lot of people have ADHD and I know that a lot of people are autistic. Just knowing that has helped in a positive way. But having ADHD and being autistic has not had a positive impact in my life, and I am entitled to share that. So as are you entitled to share why you believe ADHD and autism has had a positive impact in your life. I want to make sure that you know that I'm not saying you shouldn't feel like this. You should feel like this because it's your experience and it's your feelings, but you shouldn't tell other people how to feel. Like, it's that simple. But like I say, I'm just here today just to speak about my experience, and I just wanted to share my experience because I feel like it's super important to share that not everyone views their ADHD as a superpower, and that is okay. And I just wanted to share that toxic positivity is harmful, and positivity within itself can be super beneficial, but toxic positivity, there's a huge difference, and that is hurtful and shameful. So yeah, just do your research and know what examples there are of toxic positivity, and please try to not invalidate anyone else's experience by telling them that how they should or shouldn't feel, or they should try being more positive, they should try doing exercise. As much as it might help someone, it might not help someone else. So just keep your opinions to yourself. Unless you have anything valid to contribute to actually help someone, then I suggest just don't comment it. Like, honestly, it's that easy, it's that simple. So thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that this hasn't come across as a negative, because it's not. It's just, I want everyone to be able to authentically share their experience online, in life, in real life, because everyone should be entitled to share their experience and their journey, regardless of whether or not it fits whether or not it matches my vibe or my experience. That doesn't matter. I have no right to invalidate anyone else's experience by telling them that calling ADHD as a superpower is silly. Like, that's just not okay. I should never say that or do that, which I don't. So maybe if you tell other people to start being more positive, you might want to rethink how you say that, because you're going to hurt a few people. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you've learned something from this video. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.